Okay, the next step that we need to talk about when we are trying to learn a kettlebell swing and manage prolapse at the same time is the hip hinge itself. So I've talked about your ABCKV, or your training for lady parts method, and how to use your alignment, your breathing, your Kegel variations, and then coordinate that all together. Now we're just going to look at the hinge itself. This is where a lot of people go wrong with the kettlebell swing. They make it more of a squat focus than a hinge focus. I guess the easiest way to describe this is that a hinge is backwards and forwards, so backwards, forwards, as opposed to up and down, up and down. Sorry, up, down and up, down and up. Yes, my hips are still going backwards and forwards, but as you can see on that second one there, my hips also lower as well as come up. So we want to make sure that our hips are always at the same height. They come back, you can see that they're kind of on the same level here, and forwards, backwards, forwards. All right. The other way that you can tell that you're doing a hinge right is by having a look in the mirror or videoing yourself and seeing that you're making the shape of a number 4. So let's have a look at that. So as my hips are back, I have got, I'm just trying to think how I can explain this. So as I'm here, from my head to my tailbone is the back of a number 4. I'm writing this backwards here. So we've got a 4 like this, okay? What I want is for my back, from my head to my tailbone, to be the sloped part of the number 4. From my knee to my hips, I want to kind of get that into a position where it looks like that's the back of the 4, and then you've got the 4, the tail that goes through the straight up and down. That's going to be from my knees to my hips. So if you have a look, that's from my knees to my hips. And then the straight up and down is my knees and my shoulders and my toes being straight over each other. Aligned, aligned, aligned. So that's another way that you can tell that you're in the right position for the swing as opposed to a squat position. To feel that you're in the right position, you want to feel a stretch in your hamstrings and some engagement or activation in the glutes. So when I'm in a squat, I can feel it more in my quads and perhaps my glutes and my adductors. When I'm in a hinge position, I actually feel it more in my hamstrings. So from the belly of my hamstring right up into the base of my glute, I can feel that tension, and I can feel the base of my glute and my big glute maximus muscles. I can feel them engaged. At the top, I'm feeling my glute med activate as well. All right, so that's how I know that I'm in a hinge position. Let's take a look at the difference with the actual swing itself. So I'm going to do a squatty version of a kettlebell swing first. So here, okay, that was a squatty version. Now I'm going to do the hingey version of the swing. All right, so there you can see the difference between a squatty version and a hingey version. The hip hinge is what we are looking for when we are learning kettlebells and managing prolapse whilst learning kettlebells.